Hello. All right. We are now live. Jill.
That is better live.
Oh, yeah. We always found that from before. And Jill is off in the back winding off a bobbin because she forgot to do that. And I'm doing the IT thing today. So right now I'm waiting for Jill's phone to start up so we can do her Instagram live. Does your phone normally take this long to start up?
No.
Or did I break it?
Don't break my phone.
Didn't do it on purpose.
Sure.
Yeah, that's worrisome.
Maybe turn it off again.
I'm trying to. Okay, there we go. So, day 8. Here we go. Now it's starting up. Day 8 of the Spinalong.
Yep.
Why don't I go roll the die? Wait, no. Your phone's back on. So I can do your Instagram. I know I'm being terribly entertaining, right? I guess one thing we could already start talking about is to say Happy Star Wars Eve.
I know people seeing it tonight, so.
Yeah, but it's Star Wars Eve.
Yeah.
Like on Christmas Eve, Santa comes at midnight. On Star Wars Eve, Star Wars comes at midnight, right?
Yeah.
So vis-a-vis, it's Star Wars Eve. There's your Instagram logo. Add to story. We'll do it live. There we go. And now I need to stick this into position. All right, cool. Oops. All right. Nobody can see you on the Instagram yet, Jill.
That's fine. They can hear the.
They can hear your voice, and they can hear the winding of the bobbin. So while I'm waiting on you to unwind a bobbin, so you got something to spin on, I'm going to go and roll my die for day 8. See if it's something I can actually talk about. And it is. I have rolled a 3 with my wonderful squishy
Do you have
die.
anything left that goes to the end of the?
I do. I have. Well, I people are really paying attention. They can figure it out. But I have a 9 and I have a B that I haven't done yet. Which B would be 11, correct?
Yes.
Where did I find Lego instructions in the couch? Huh. So, what did I say? I rolled a 3. Yes. So this was the fiber that was for the 3rd spin-along day. Jill, what is the fiber that you're going to be spinning? Or you want to talk about this one first?
That's secondary orange.
Secondary orange. So this is from your color box.
Yes,
right?
and it just has red and yellow in it.
The special thing about that, as Jill is noting, it just has red and yellow. Even though it looks to you and me like it's orange, there's actually no orange fiber in this whatsoever. It's just yellow and reds. So it's part of the color box, so it shows what you can do with primary colors, blending them together at different quantities, and then it even has some blending and spinning projects in the box itself as well.
I'm almost done.
Do you have your fiber for today?
Yes,
It's
my
this
fiber
one?
today is rose on gray merino silk.
So it's a dye job.
It's a hand dye.
Hand dye.
Which, in good news, I can dye again.
Jill can dye again. Trying to figure out. Let's see. This is day 8. So I actually spun that for people who watched before. I spun that 2 days ago.
This one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry. I'm in the way.
No apologies necessary. That's an enjoyable view.
I don't need a giant hat.
But it's a cute hat.
It is a cute hat.
So we started watching The Last Jedi in preparation for Star Wars Eve. And I have to say, I am liking it more than I remember liking it, which always happens to me when I'm at these new Star Wars movies. I fully expect myself to be completely disappointed by the movie and then come back to it when it comes on DVD and be like, wait a minute, I actually like this. Pretty consistent with my feelings of the other ones. So.
Now, this is actually a high speed. Woolly wind your belt in.
Oh, so now you're going to go even faster?
I think I'm actually going to use it in double drive.
Okay.
Not the weird bobbin lead. But my flyer is in need of oil.
Oh, this is so nicely drafting. Starting ahead of her.
Yes, I can't hear the sound of your wheel going at all.
Nope. Not over the sound of your oiling of your flyer.
Yeah.
Maybe I should oil my wheel so that you would not hear it.
Silence.
Yep.
And good news today, I got affirmation that spinning is good for my back.
It's actually been prescribed by her doctor as part of her recovery physical therapy. Imagine that. They were going to sell her this rocker thing that...
A piece of plastic.
I mean, tell me if this sounds familiar. A pedal that you stick your foot on and rock your foot back and forth in order to provide some flexion exercise.
Yeah.
Sounds like an incredibly unproductive spinning exercise.
Okay, well, they're like physical therapy like aid that you can buy off Amazon. It's like $15, which if you don't have a spinning wheel at home is a lot more affordable than getting a wheel.
I guess so.
But he was like describing the movement. I'm like, well, so one of the things I do is I spin on a wheel, and so it has like treadles, and I like showed him the foot movement, and he's like, yeah, exactly.
Is there any resistance on the other thing, or is it purely the same?
No,
it's
purely
just
something to rock your ankle back and forth on.
Fascinating.
So, and I'm pretty sure I would have gotten bored of that after like a minute or two.
Yeah.
But I'm happy to, be forced to spin for like half an hour a day.
I think it's official now that you have been prescribed spinning as from the doctor as medication.
Well, my studio assistant has, she got her doctor to prescribe spinning as therapy.
Yeah.
And she's about to go in for some health stuff, and part of the goal is to get her back to spinning.
That's awesome. I kind of feel like
she can't.
I wish I had.
She has a hopper that she's spinning on right now, but she can't spin on a traditional wheel.
What's a hopper?
It's a Spinolution wheel, so it has that rocking, but it has an even different foot movement, or kind of stance. But she says it works for her.
Okay. I kind of wish that I had a problem that I could tell my work that says, nope, I need to take a break every 2 hours and spin for 15 minutes. Doctor's orders. That would be awesome.
I know people who have hidden spinning wheels underneath their desks.
Yeah, well, I have taken knitting projects to very long, boring conference calls. I've also taken my Nintendo Switch to very, very long, boring conference calls. So there's some aspects of my job I do not take as seriously as I probably should.
You are really getting a head start on this one.
I am. What are you doing?
Adjusting my tension on the double drive.
Before it was adorable. Now I feel like I'm cheating.
Well, now I am in full motion forward. So
Full speed ahead, you mean?
something like that.
Full motion forward. That is a new thing, right?
Words.
Words are hard. Let's go spinning. Vanidia saying,
Yeah.
It's great to hear that spinning on a wheel is helping.
Yeah. Because apparently my Achilles reflex is gone in one of my feet, which is not a good thing. But that would be the reason why I've been having trouble with that foot for the last 6 months, with walking properly and other things.
What are reflexes good for? I mean, those like, is it purely just a side effect of the ability to communicate, or is it something that's actually necessary for function?
I was trying to figure that out today, like how important is having a normal Achilles, like reflex. Okay. Now I have the problem where, so dorsiflexion, which is pulling your foot up. Yeah. It doesn't happen naturally. I have to think really hard about it to make it happen on that foot sometimes, especially in the morning before spinning. So it's kind of like the signal's getting sent, but it's not getting received. Yeah. And so that is part of the problem having. Okay. And hopefully that will clear up without, permanently having nerve damage. Yeah. But like going and sitting for 20 minutes and telling my foot, hey, you got to move up and down and up and down and up and down.
That helps.
That helps, like, get it primed so that it'll work for the rest of the day.
So you said you were able to dye well today.
Yes. Well, I dyed yesterday. Yeah. So today was rinsing, which is
usually a lot of heavy weights.
You're dealing with wet stuff. And I used to rinse in 5-gallon buckets. I still do. And so draining the 5-gallon bucket was probably the heaviest lifting, which I think one of my friends told me a 5-gallon bucket of water weighs probably 40 pounds.
Oh, wow.
So I was regularly lifting that to drain that into a utility sink, once or twice a day.
That's pretty beefy.
Yeah. That like part of dying gets my heart rate up into exercise range.
Rightfully so.
According to my Fitbit. But today I was a good girl and I used the pump to get the excess water out of the dye pots. So then the fiber was lighter before I tried to get it into the rinse bucket. And then I used the pump to get water out of the rinse bucket so that it was maybe a gallon left. Mm. And then dump that into the spin dryer. So making my dye tasks no more than like lifting 5 pounds at a time instead of 40 pounds, which is a big difference, right?
It's a lot better. Yeah. So you're back in business.
Very slow business.
Yeah.
I've been working half days. I get about 2 hours of work done. I used to be doing 6 a day at the studio. So.
Well, it's also end of the year. It's almost too late for holiday shopping.
Yeah, I've got some clubs I really need to get out. Those are my focus for
next couple of days.
The next couple of days. And then it will be count all the things. And you're going to do all the stuff that'll be done in my back. Yep. Counting. But you'll just have to go into the storage and weigh everything. You don't have to count it, just weigh it.
Is that what we're doing now?
That's what we're going to do for the cage.
Good. That's much better.
Yes.
So, what else is new? I finished my first round of Beskar for presents.
Yeah.
Got more printing. We had some wonderful snow here in Pittsburgh. Just a light dusting, enough to make everything look nice and wintry.
And no ice.
No ice. Let's see. Evanity says, the dye pots are so heavy. I remember Ken from Monster Hobby is talking about how labor-intensive dyeing was for him, going up and down stairs with the heaviness of the water and the fiber. Yeah, absolutely. Ken is definitely one of those guys that plays it in a hard mode.
Yeah.
So,
And thankfully, he is now he is adapting how he dies so that he is not hurting himself.
yeah, how's he doing, by the way?
Better. He's actually preparing for his one show for next year, which is Red Alder. So he's back to dying.
Good. What adjustments is he making for?
He's trying to transition away from hand painting and move to tonal yarn.
Mhm.
Because hand painting fiber is constantly leaning back, and he would do it for like 14 hours a day.
Wow.
So I don't hand paint except cotton, and I limit the time I spend dyeing cotton to no more than an hour.
Do you have the card? No, I have the card.
So
I'm probably what, 14? I'm going thick and thin on this stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I should check. Can I have the card?
Yep. Here we go. And Sustaining My Spirit says hello. Hi, Sustaining My Spirit.
We've been doing around 18, right?
I think we've been doing around
I'm good.
18-esque. Come on, go the right way. I talked 2 shows about, or 2 podcasts ago about how easy it was to control which way I was spinning on this, and now I'm having trouble. Curse you, wheel.
It's interesting how differently this is drafting.
Yeah? Is it because
it feels differently because of...
Now you're in double drive?
No, it's the fiber itself.
Okay.
I think it's the dye.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Dye can affect how fiber drafts.
Yeah. There was one of those, I don't remember if it was that day or not, but there was one day that I think it was a dyed fiber that's when my hand was really starting to cramp up. I was getting really tired. Absolutely, like this combed
the signature
blends
blends are usually the easiest on hands.
It's so nice.
Or undyed fiber.
Yeah.
It's easier in hands.
Yeah. So
it's why for beginners I try to say don't spin dyed.
Yeah, but that's what all the pretty stuff that they want.
I know. So get a pretty, mill blended
and
top
stuff, or blended top, carded stuff. Signature blend.
Yeah, signature blend.
Yep.
You can have color and not have to worry about the prep.
Yeah, and a lot of people get intimidated by the silk stuff too, and once you spin from the fold, it's exactly the same as spinning anything else.
Yeah, but some people get spinning from the fold can be a little weird fiber management wise.
Yeah, I guess if you want to just use it as one continuous.
It does make you very good at making joints.
Yes, true. Whenever I was teaching people in the booth, my default was the merino set. Sorry, not merino. Our yak silk. Because it's so incredibly soft, and
it's not
drafts
the
like a
easiest thing to
dream.
spin.
But it is.
Well,
if
from
you're
the
spinning
fold.
on, well, not even from the fold. I got a bunch of people spinning pretty well from the tip.
Yeah.
But using on the spindle, not on the wheel.
Right.
Right. So there you have a lot more control.
Mm-hmm.
So any of the yaks, the yak silk, the merino yak silk, just pure yak, all of that stuff was.
You like yak blends.
I do like yak blends.
Not to give you a yak blend to spin on a wheel.
Have I done that before? I don't think I have.
No, I don't think you have. I think you can only spin them supported.
Yeah. I don't
If
know.
you're really nice, I'll let you spin some of the hand-dyed yak silk I have in my stash.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, you were asking for a foot massage earlier today, so.
Okay, I'll consider that a trade. Yak silk for a foot massage.
Deal.
And that's real love because I I don't dye yak silk. And
Oh, somebody else dyed it?
it's Ken dyed.
Ah, okay.
And I don't know if I'm going to continue carrying yak silk.
Yeah.
Well,
you said
the minimum order has gone way up, so it's a big investment.
Yeah. Well, you also said you're shifting a little bit more towards the more unique stuff. Other people carry yak silk, and you want to have something that's actually for the fiber nerds, as you say.
Yeah. And I do prefer spinning my Rockefeller blend, which is very, very similar. Rockefeller is yak, camel, silk, and superfine merino.
All the luxuries.
Yeah.
But why choose?
There's no cashmere
all at
in
once.
it.
True. All right. There's going to be some joke in that.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I want you not to freak out when I get to the end of this fiber because I actually have 2 pieces of fiber.
I wasn't even paying attention to that until you started saying don't freak out. And I was like, wait a minute, you're almost done? What? That means you're halfway done.
Yeah.
I had such a ridiculous head start on you.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay, so we are day 8. That means there are 4 days left.
Yes, we are 2/3 of the way through.
If you are doing a 3-ply, this would be your last day for that bobbin. Right?
If you're doing traditional.
Right.
3-ply.
If you're not doing a chain ply. So that's interesting.
I got to remember when Lala shows up again to ask her how she's enjoying it because she does not like silk blends.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. And these are all 25% silk. I think almost all of them are. I think like there's one day that is a signature blend that has silk and like viscose, which is basically like the same thing.
Yeah. Is it one that already passed? Or did you
No, it's one that's coming out.
Ruined it. Spoilers.
I have lots of signature blends that have viscose in them, so
yeah. I'm kidding. I'm just giving you a hard time.
This isn't Star Wars.
Yeah. For those of you that may not know, I think we may have mentioned this yesterday. I have been avoiding anything related to Star Wars spoilers like the plague. I only watched the first trailer, and I haven't seen any other trailers since. In fact, when we watched The Mandalorian yesterday, which there's a new episode of The Mandalorian out early this week, afterwards it had a special sneak preview of The Rise of Skywalker, and I said, nope, I'm going upstairs. You guys watch this on your own. And actually, the two
I had
older
one
kids
child
followed me.
stay with me.
Yeah, they also want to be surprised. So I am going to go into a blind. I may have to just stay off the internet for
You might
until Sunday, so I don't get any spoilers. Although Google keeps on trying to show.
Well, Google
news.
tells me it's either the best Star Wars movie ever or the worst Star Wars movie ever. So
yeah, I've gotten I think maybe 5 articles that not only just came up as articles in my list, but they came up as notifications that were like, this ruins all of Star Wars, or this completely fixes all of Star Wars. Let's see. Avenida says, I'm anxiously waiting to start my spinning. I'm surprised I haven't opened any yet. I've got 50 grams left of my current spin.
last
spinning
time she had
lasts forever.
76. So
Yeah, we're making good progress. Spinning does take forever, but it is so much better control, and you're able to do so many
I haven't
more
made that
things.
type of progress on a suspended spindle in probably 8 years.
Yeah.
So
kudos to you. That's impressive.
we do need to do like pins or something in the Slow Knitters Club and the
The Slow
Slow
Spinners
Spinners
Club.
Club.
Yeah. I think somebody already makes some of those. Let's see.
Lenore says Star Wars has to be better than Cats.
You know, when
I
is
think
Cats
Cats is
coming out?
gonna Christmas.
It's coming out on Christmas?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have the feeling Cats is gonna be so bad it's good.
Maybe?
For some people.
Yeah. I just love
there are
the
movies
music.
you like that are so bad.
Bill and Ted. Yeah, no, I love the music of Cats. It's something that, I mean, I definitely won't go and see it in the theater because I'm terrified of exactly how bad it's going to be. Because it never really had much of a story to start off with, and now they're adding
Did
a
you
story
hear
to
like
it.
how like Cats became?
No,
It was like
isn't it?
together
It's off
during
a bunch of poems, right? Like,
well, it's based on poems. Andrew Lloyd Webber basically decided he was going to come up with a story for a musical based on these poems by T.S. Eliot. I think.
Yeah, I don't think it was T.S. Eliot, but anyways, go on.
And that they were like, well, now we have to create a story that can like brings all these poems together into a coherent storyline and then make it into a musical about, cats trying to figure out which one gets to go into the like flying saucer into the sky. Like
the drug-filled, what was this? I'm guessing coming out in the 70s.
yes. Basically a whole bunch of Broadway like people.
But
on
the
drugs.
songs are great. I'm sorry. Like,
yes, the songs are good.
The songs are catchy and meaningful and do not join anyway whatsoever. But still.
It's a whole bunch of like solos. I think I've seen like Cats once, like a recording of it.
Yeah. Oh, there's a really terrible recording that's like, we're gonna make this a stage.
Oh, I remember seeing that. That was awful.
Yeah, and
I didn't see all of it, but it was.
I have etched in my brain this like somebody's doing a ballet jump, and then they use this really bad like CG explosion of sparkles behind them.
Yeah, apparently, like the live action Little Mermaid that they just did on TV, was apparently kind of that level of bad.
Really?
Yeah. They have it on Disney Plus. I'm almost tempted to watch and see exactly how bad it was.
Yeah.
Some things do not, need to be remade.
So
poorly.
I started watching Aladdin live action when I was in an airplane because I know that you really didn't want to watch because you were worried about how bad it was.
Yeah.
Your worry was well justified. I mean, I couldn't make it past the first song.
You can't. Robin Williams.
No, I didn't even get.
You didn't even get to the genie?
To the genie, no.
Wow.
The genie was only there as being the person telling the story in the very, very beginning, and then it was terrible. And there was things like they filmed it, but at the wrong speed to match up to the music. So there was a bunch of scenes where they like slowed things down and then sped it up.
I guess
really
Disney
weird
needed to
points.
lose money on something.
I guess they didn't want to pay taxes or something.
Yeah.
Oh, it was so bad, and I feel so bad for it too because it had great opportunity. The lady who played Jasmine, her acting was spot on and perfect. The guy who played Aladdin, like, I don't know what acting crackerjack box he got his license out of, if there even is a license. But you get my point. Like, the guy could not act his way out of a paper bag. That's the phrase I'm looking for. It was miserable. It was so cringy, and it wasn't even like good cringy. It was just cringy. So, yeah, I stopped watching it. I'm going back to reading a book that was putting me to sleep. Okay, good. You're still not on your.
Yeah, I'm almost halfway done.
One. No.
You might. I'm giving you a fighting chance tonight.
We can go back to the recording and see how much earlier I started.
No, we don't need to do that. I can let you have it.
So, in other musicals, there's Percy Jackson the musical that my
Yeah,
daughter
but it's
desperately
gonna.
wants to see.
Yeah, but it's closing January 5th.
That's too bad.
I should see about getting my tickets. I might make it to New York for the Knitting Live in January.
Oh, is it going to be the same timing?
Yeah.
That'd be cool. Not as a vendor, no, as a attendee. SAG card.
Actor's license.
Oh.
Screen Actors Guild.
Screen Actors Guild. There we go. Yeah. Incidentally, I had such high hopes for Aladdin. Like, I thought it was going to be like a high quality Bollywood production.
That would have been awesome.
It would have been great. It had so much opportunity, and they just couldn't figure out what the heck they were doing with it. They ended up making a low quality Bollywood production.
What was that like Bollywood version of Pride and Prejudice we watched?
Oh, that was so good.
That was so good.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of Bollywood things that
it was like Bride and Prejudice or something.
That's what it was. That's exactly what it was. Bride and Prejudice. Yeah. That's not too old, is it?
Did you watch Crazy Rich Asians with me?
I think so.
I know you watched the Netflix Asian American rom-com.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you watched
The one
Crazy
with
Rich
Keanu Reeves.
Yes.
I don't think I watched Crazy Rich Asians if that's not that one.
We should watch that. It's good.
So on our Instagram, oh, and I think she just left, but Murray said, "That's cool. You both spin. Do you both knit?" Yes. In fact, I taught Jill how to knit.
I started off as a mirror hooker.
Yes. And it took me a while to teach Jill how to knit because, as you all know, knitting is really for men only. Or at least historically it was. And
many years ago.
Many years ago. Back in the days of the Knitting Guild. So
yeah, back when they used to dress boys in pink.
I told
and
Jill,
pink was manly.
Hey, it's coming back now.
Yeah.
Taking it back. So I told Jill, look, it's a men's activity. I can't teach you how to knit.
And then I promised him a lifetime of hand knit socks.
Yes, and
instead of hand crocheted socks.
Which the hand crocheted socks were nice too.
Yeah. But you're wearing one of the first pairs I knit.
Is it one of the first pairs?
Those are pre-hip strings.
They are incredibly durable.
Yeah, well, that's like, I think, DK weight, like German sock yarn.
Yeah, for anybody who's curious. But do I have any hip string socks? I don't think I do.
No. I don't think you have any socks out of hip strings yarn.
We didn't remedy that one.
Yeah. You need some like double major or double minor socks.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
With the like heels, toes, and solids.
I can get behind that.
I need a pair of double major socks.
Yeah.
I am still traumatized by you stealing one part of my skein for my second sock.
It made a very, very nice pom-pom penguin.
Yeah.
A very, very nice one. Hey, look, that teaches you to not just leave skeins sitting around.
Yeah, and it taught you not to use random yarn that you haven't asked about. You know where the scrap yarn lives now.
We both learned that day.
Yes, there were many lessons that day. There may have been tears. Because I almost never do like toe-up socks to use every little bit of a skein. You'll have to tell me what color combo you want for your double minor socks.
Yeah, I was thinking like that's a really good question. I don't know. I have to look at the catalog of double minor.
You might be able to convince me to do something special for it.
Oh, special knit sock.
Special knit socks.
Since I taught you how to knit.
Yeah.
Oh, so I think when I'm on vacation, in the many activities I've already planned for myself, that I'm probably only going to get to half of them anyway, I would like to get my tie knitting.
Okay. Are you going to
set
darn
up.
some socks too?
Yeah, I need darn socks.
I have several pairs that need
I
darning.
know. You were so sad about some of the...
Yeah.
Let's see. She thinks Jill wins this one. I don't know which one Jill wins. Presumably the fact that I stole your yarn.
Yeah.
That you just left sitting on the kitchen table for days.
Not days.
It was days. Otherwise I wouldn't have touched it. It's okay. I know everybody will love you more on this and support you for all of your bad decisions. I love you.
Love you too. I know where that like skein that's missing, like the amount of yarn to make a pom-pom, a tiny pom-pom is. Just make the second sock.
Yeah, you really should.
Well, it's been living as a sample. The single sock.
The problem with that one though is I think I stole the wrong end, right? So I stole the end that you normally would have started from.
Well, I can just work from the other. No, you started from the end I would have finished with.
Okay. Well then, yeah. Probably gonna be fine. Oh my god, is it gonna turn out after so many years that it really didn't matter?
Shh. Don't touch that. We have a thing when, when one of us realizes that we've really kind of gone a little overboard with our reaction to a situation.
Don't tell Jill.
Yeah.
Or don't tell
like
Nick.
When somebody admits that, oh, maybe they were in the wrong, and then you follow up with, but don't tell, insert your own name.
Well, it's good that we can finally put some closure to that one.
Well, there won't be true closure until the second sock is knit.
Do I have to knit that sock for you? Is that what's
That would be the best penance.
It's a good thing your feet are smaller than mine.
It is a good thing my feet are smaller. And that's sport weight. It won't take you a year.
I don't know. You underestimate the slowness of my knitting.
Sport weight socks go so fast. I don't know what it is. They're like 20% less stitches. They like work up in half the time.
A lot of that is, I mean, it feels like it's going a lot faster if each row goes faster, right?
Mm-hmm. But it takes me like a month to knit a regular pair of socks. And it takes me a week to knit sport weight socks.
Wow. That's not 20% less time.
It's some weird thing because I just have weird things about some knitting because like I know so many people who like a hat is a day's worth of knitting. Hats take me forever. Like
really?
a fast hat is like 2 to 3 days.
Huh.
Small things take me forever. Big things don't. Except,
Guess what?
socks. You're done.
I'm done.
You beat me.
I beat you. Even though I started like probably a good 20 minutes earlier than you. I will take.
You're allowed to have a victory.
I'll take the win. I'm gonna take my picture. I don't know if I took my picture of my yarn yesterday. Oh.
Oh, I am loving this color, the rose.
I think I'm relatively consistent. I gotta check my previous fiber, my previous yarn. I think I'm going a little bit thicker on that one. Yeah, this bobbin I've been going pretty consistently thicker. Not by much, maybe by like 1 or 2 reps per inch. But okay.
Oh, no, you have to be entertaining to everybody.
I do have to be entertaining. We are. Oh. Well, you can be entertaining too. That's what we were doing before. Both of us being entertaining. Wow. So this I needed to give you feedback on the drink I was drinking, because this is this is a gin and tonic, but it's using the Hendrix. What is it called?
Midsummer Solstice.
Midsummer Solstice, which is a
Variety.
specialty
variety. It has a lot of lavender in it, I think.
Yeah, and
you disagree.
No, I will say that I was actually going to agree with you in this case, because normally when I make a gin and tonic, I put a lot of lavender in it, and so this this particular gin tastes very much like what I do for a gin and tonic. It's just even more. So I don't put lavender itself. I put lavender bitters that we get from our local whiskey distillery. So no, I like it. It makes a good gin and tonic.
It does make a very good gin and tonic.
So let's see. How much time do you have on that? Yeah, you got some time. I should go and get my knitting.
Yeah.
Because I have a stocking to finish before Christmas.
And you aren't even at the heel yet.
Oh, I'm almost at the heel though. Man, all this talk about cats, and I've got magical Mr. Mistopheles stuck in my head. All right. Yeah, I might be a little bit of a Star Wars fan.
A little bit.
My BB-8 bag.
No, you might have to do some movie watching with knitting this weekend.
No, the whole thing about rewatching Star Wars though is I've got to actually pay attention to it. So.
Well, we should finish.
This is
Last Jedi tomorrow.
This is what I'm working on. This
is Saturday and Sunday. You're gonna need some knitting time.
Oh yeah. Yeah, no, it'll be fun. What are we gonna watch this weekend? Well, I knit. That's the big question.
I don't know. I was gonna force kids to watch, movies I like.
Force them.
Yeah.
Where am I?
They're very good at walking away when I do that, though.
Okay, I need to check my picture. Since someone on here gave me that wonderful idea of, I think it was Ella gave me that idea where, so I have this nice chart holder with magnets and stuff, but the actual magnet bar can sometimes move when I take my picture, or move when I put it in my bag and whatnot. So taking a picture of it the previous night, since it's so nice and easy, means that I can look it up and not have to worry. All right. Let's get this back around. Get set up. I swear I'm not getting wrapped up and tangled in my yarn, because that would be embarrassing. Okay, cool. All right. Now the big question is, can I count and talk and be entertaining while I'm knitting? And unfortunately, let's see. Miss Jill sneaks in a few rows. Yeah, she might, and I probably wouldn't notice because we have nearly identical tension.
Well, I'm trying to finish some of my whips before Christmas. Well, no, before Christmas, because Christmas starts my 12 days of casting on.
All right. Do you have any of your, did you do 12 days of casting on last year?
Yeah, I did.
So do you have any of your cast-ons from last year still open?
One I'm trying to finish up.
Okay.
One got frogged.
Oh,
But most of the rest of it all got finished.
nice.
So it was actually a really good way for me to commit to a bunch of different projects.
Yeah.
So, and I've got all my yarn picked out for 12 days of casting on. A lot of it is just socks, which I have a sock pattern in my head.
A new one or
No, it's my
or
standard.
just you've memorized your standard
Yeah,
one?
I might go and look in my Ravelry favorites and see if there's any sock patterns that I want to do. I've got a sweater or a cardigan for myself that I should maybe swatch for before. Or I'll start the swatch on my cast on day. And then I've got to find a sweater vest pattern for you, which I think I found a solution tonight.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll be nice to have another sweater vest to go for all these drastically noisy shirts that I've gotten lately.
Yeah. And this will be a slightly nicer one than the other ones I've knit. Yeah. It'll be finer gauge. All the other ones are like worsted weight or Aran.
Well, those are nice though.
Yeah.
I like them. They're a little bit large. They probably just need to be washed and blocked again.
Yeah. Okay. Now I'm done.
Oh wow! I didn't even finish a row.
Well, we can stick around until you finish. Or if you'd like.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know. Instagram's not telling us we're almost out of time yet. So, and we actually have somebody who's been sticking around on Instagram. Rather than we had 5 people join in the first 5 minutes and they all popped out. I guess we were too boring for our Instagram crowd, but thank you to the YouTube crowd who's stuck around.
Yeah.
Go you. So are we going to do like an additional day when we have the last one for plying, or are we just going to have a very long cast for spinning and then plying on the last day? Because the last day ends up
it's Christmas Eve, which is kind of a big crunch night.
We have some obligations for other things with having children and whatnot.
Yeah. Maybe we'll be smart and get all the wrapping done before.
Yeah.
We need to start. I was going to go to the studio tomorrow morning.
Yeah,
but tomorrow morning is the last time that the older kids are at school.
Yeah.
So it would be a good time to
wrap things for the older kids.
For older kids.
I see.
That is not the evenings, since we've been using the evenings for this.
Yep. No, that's true. Yeah. You guys have gotten all of our attention. Oh, we got a comment done. Let's see. And Laura says, oops, there goes my chart. Says, I'm chilling and crafting along with you. It's my first time watching your live, and next time I will spin along with you. Awesome. Thank you. Well, I'm glad that you're hanging out with us.
Generally, what's been working with us is a 9 p.m. start every night, because we can pretty much guarantee the children will be asleep by then.
Yeah. And if they're not, it would just be one of us.
Right.
Nobody wants that.
We're a lot more entertaining as a duo.
As a couple,
yes.
As a pair. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, so I finished my row. Jill finished her fiber. Look how much progress I made in that one row. Isn't it wonderful?
How many rows until your heel?
1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13.
Okay. Because I know the foot is half the length of or less
of whatever
you've already done.
No,
so
I'm on track.
You're gonna make it happen?
Yeah, I think I'll make it happen. Especially if we go and sit in front of the TV and knit something while we watch something. Watch something while I knit.
So I can finish one of my 12 days of casting on projects.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, again, thank you all for joining us. We really appreciate it, and hopefully we'll see you tomorrow. Have a good night.
Good night.